Tuesday ya kimenge kekege ngo mageka kegera niyo kia bere
litare gutire na KCP boko gutire na KCP goko na KPSA na KJSA koguo KCSE sikajiriria Tuesday kimenge ukite muthenya wa Tuesday na pepa ya mbere
ya
iriri
good afternoon
good evening
it depends on country which you are. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I am Suzzy warua from Kenya. I just decided to go very short live stream because also here in Kenya we are mourning the death of our Prime Minister, former Prime Minister Raila Odinga. He was born on 1945 up to 2025. Now I'm waiting for the subscriber. I will show them. I have them here.
Page 26.
Be the first person comment.
Anymore, don't agree. Wirorelio nä mbica ya andå arä a maikaraga pipeline iretwo stagnant sewage ona ndärehera
na ici nä maya å rona haha nä matuka hwe na chemist hwe na må ndå wa kwendia nguo
sukari ndona nginya sukari nguru available
ucoke harä a mbere må ngä å rendia nyanya ta njä ra kwaga å ngä rä indo taicio kwa kå harwo nä kä na kå rwara
ona ndona madamu ä na kaminiskati å ragerera hau karigwo na agera atä hau
gå kå nä pipeline Nairobi County kundu kwina atongoria itura ritiganeirio giko gia siwa
stagnant
gitirathie kirugamite humo marugamite humo matirathie mwene matu magno ko magithera
right now
mranja tutikumira ni matu
marugameire hau matirathie kundu magno ko merwa no maregeire pipeline no
mamenya matu 7
haya
taruga page
28 ya gazeti ya Daily Nation ikoiga
kwina watho rahitukirio wigie wa cyber crime no ni kuratika atiriri uhoro wa maundu ma uhoro wa mitandao kuthira mitandao ri ni guthi wongererekete na njira nene muno wa kuhura andu kama taruo ukahurwo no mbica irahuthika ni cia AI riu ni gukuriga atiriri thirikari ni kota kuhurana na AI
He is the first person honestly following. Comment there below, guys. I think keep
rest in peace, bunge FC na kaga eta forward ni muigiria wa bao
ni guturini araturaini
ni go stretch
tondu bunge FC ni athia gwaka na Uganda mathia mu thako na Uganda ndio mufiro ucio warekereirie atia na mwana hau mena muthaki wa tennis wa kule America Serena Williams
okay tago Kenya
comment
hapa nilikuwa na ndukajulie microphone yako yale ile hiyo microphone na hau ile hakuna mtu mwingine alikuwa naye ile ndio kumako ndio haya hadi uko na mtu wito wako 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 Catherine mena hili mena Catherine dereva na tegla rupe ane ndo mari hene muno na ndio kadi driver ndiko akwe munene wa jera yakida munene muno jera gusino kukaha ere headquarters ya prison sire wenda kumona utamkuta kadi driver na ngende kama kadi driver gaide kama muno haya no muna mena ndani wanyama mena
be the first person to know.
Faith and cultural traditions, we know that will be done by the Anglican Church now.
People now will understand the language.
The state takes full responsibility for the funeral, including all the structural
happening right now
and dignitaries' arrangements. So that those are just the 6 key components of what a state funeral really looks like, and most of them have already been checked. And the culmination of it all is happening at the Nyayo National Stadium, where our reporters Emmanuel To, Brenda Wanga, and Lulu Hassan are still standing by. And let me bring in Osarigo on this. I know the
comment
on his
there
thoughts, so
below.
let me bring in Osarigo.
This is
passion
Raira's
that you
state
see
funeral. Raira's
is something
state
that
funeral.
most have said that no other politician in our time would draw those sorts
The
of
body is
crowd.
taken to
So
the
what
parliament.
endeared
The body is
people
taken to the
Raila
parliament
so
of
much during
Kenya.
the time when you're with him? And what was his reaction to this sort of borderline fanaticism? Anytime he'd see the surge on the numbers and the people coming to him, what would he be thinking? What would he be saying? Would he be asking you to draft a speech, a statement? Or would he just be winging this? How would you react to this sort of fanaticism?
Comment there below. Give me the like.
And,
Give me the like.
I remember in 2017 when we had our final rally at Uhuru Park, and we had invited people from Tanzania to come and perform. The crowds went wild, and that evening when I met him, I asked him, what was going on through your mind when you
11 minutes
crowds,
past 7, Kenya.
shouting and wailing? He had this infectious smile. Raila would start smiling slowly before he laughs. So then he raises his head like this and he laughs. And he said, I feel like I should leave where I am, go to the crowds, but I can't because I need to address these people. Raila had this amazing connection about
Nairobi,
this
guys.
young man there.
Never known what is Nairobi look like. Nairobi
National Stadium.
City.
That was Raila Odinga for you. There are times when Raila will sit quietly in a corner and he picks a pen and a paper, he's writing down a phone number, a cell phone number, and you ask him, when he says this lady from Turkana, who has been my friend, an ODM supporter since 1991.
Nyayo Stadium.
Over the years now, until ODM came into force, and I needed to have I need my people to send her some money because she has one of us, her children is in the university. And then you'll ask him, so you also know M-Pesa? And then he'll laugh about it. He says, of course, I know M-Pesa, what M-Pesa is. So that level of connection with Raila Odinga was on another level. 1 minute he's dining with the high and mighty. The second minute he's making a call to some remote area, just trying to find out how his people are doing a faring on. So that was Raila Odinga for you. So, but he also loved the surge. He loved it. He liked coming in at the tail end of when everyone has sat down. Raila will arrive, and he always arrived in style. And so that was Raila Odinga for you. He loved it. But as he aged, and I think I saw this in 2022, he got easily agitated when, for example, officers were pushing back crowds or beating people up around him. He got angry and he was not for it. But I think as he aged, of course, you become as fine wine and you have to settle in life. So he became a totally different animal. Those around who were seen as the guys running the protocol, the schedules, the statements, the plans, and you were part of those people. How did they
Comment
react
there
to
so that I know who is in the building of Suzzy. That's all. Double tap your screen. I'm going to narrate what is happening right now in Nairobi City. Happening now, Raila's body taken to Parliament.
wants a piece of the man and is okay with that, but the protocol team talks about safety, talks about procedure, talks about the statements that need to be made, the pictures, how you should be sitting. How was it at the back end? It was chaos and order at the same time. There are instances that called for chaos when you had to evacuate him from a place. There are instances that called for order when he was attending formal functions. But Raila had this system. He had an entire organization of protocol people. There were protocol people at the village level. There were protocol people at Nyayo National Stadium. And I think I said this yesterday to a friend of mine, that
let
the
me
Luo community
show you how is this happening right now.
With Raila Odinga in terms of protocol, in terms of informal security, these are worked with since 1980s up until
People from
now.
Kenya,
And
they know this stadium very
when
well.
Jojo Duor died,
Can you give me that,
Raila
like,
Odinga's, one of Raila Odinga's
Raila was
bodyguards,
born
he died a few months
1945
ago.
up to
There was a
2025.
funeral service somewhere in along Langata Road, and you could see the success, the successful regimes of Raila Odinga's protocol teams. People were there in the 80s, people were there in the 90s, and they were standing up and saying how they moved on until George switched sides from Jaramogi Oginga Odinga to become Raila Odinga's aide-de-camp.
Double tap your screen.
In that chaos, there was also
Happening
order.
now.
And talking of generosity as well, we
Raila State funeral.
as political consultants, for example, in 2017 and 2022, we were fighting back allegations of Raila is a mean guy. He doesn't part with money. People used to say he has a snake in his pocket. Ati akiweka mkono kwa mfuko haiwezi toa pesa kwa sababu nyoka itamuuma. But that was not Raila Odinga for you, because and this was a very stupid thing by the way to ask him. We told him, we used to call him Mzee, we feel that we should publicize some of the donations you make. And he said, why should we publicize them? If you're giving a donation to someone, then give it to him. You don't have to publicize it. And of course, what happened the other day when we realized he only said, I want to be buried in 72 hours. And it was another revelation for us, because I remember in instances where he used to say, why should we tie our families? Why should you tie our families for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, holding on to
Thank you for the like.
Let people rest. Okay. Let those who have departed rest. Okay. That was Raila Odinga.
Right. Let me cross back again to Nyayo National Stadium, where Lulu Hassan is standing by. We were just talking about this issue of order and the people who know him for quite some time. Lulu, mambo vipi?
Shukran sana Trevor. Shukran sana Trevor, ama kwa hakika wengi wameweza kujitokeza, lakini ni swala ambalo wengi hadi wa leo hawaamini kwamba limeweza kutokea. Niko hapa na mzee wangu. Mzee, labda kwa kifupi tu, tell us your name.
My name is Daudi Chepwan from Kericho County. And my wife is a chairperson to Kericho County ODM branch. I hate to imagine this day that this is the last time I'm going to see him. I wish I would be lucky to see him, because this is the man I met in 2005.
Comment it so that I may know what you think about this Raila State funeral.
We have been to his home several times. He has talked to me several times.
Do you love Raila? Yeah, we do love Raila so much. Oh my, thank you.
In the heart of Kenya's large-scale trading, bustling markets, where traders hustle and dreams thrive, there's an opportunity for Obiashara owners to enjoy the benefits of Family Bank stock financing facility.
You must skip.
Just imagine, 106 years that I've been traveling with
Nyayo Stadium.
How lucky to see him. I've been bored again on Sunday.
Raila's body taken to Parliament.
To join the
Then it is taken to Nyayo Stadium. This is like happening. Can you give me the light, guys, please? Please give me the light.
My condolences to the family.
Our condolences.
And the entire family.
Parliament.
I can mention by name now. I've never slept. I just came with the idea.
Comment.
because I thought I would not get the time to be here.
This is the, I
But
think
thank
is.
God I'm waiting for him to see him now.
I'm so sorry, sir, but what will you remember about him?
I remember him for he fought for
Thank you,
Africa.
Father. Like it, then comment.
This time we can be able
Tell
to
me what
talk.
you think about the live stream about Nyayo Stadium. The state, this is state's funeral. Raila's state funeral program.
For this country, he talked to us. Kericho is not known
This is
to
Nyayo
be an
Stadium.
ODM area. But for the few of us,
Happening right
he has
now.
always invited us and said, be patient. Our time is coming. So the time we have been waiting is no more. We can't imagine to live
Choir.
We can't imagine.
Choir of the state, of the
I'm
parliament.
so sorry, sir, but utakumbuka nini kumuhusu?
Mamu.
Ungependa
Hana ulie
kuambia
maido hana
viongozi au wachipukizi ambao wako kwa hivi sasa?
Oh yes, there is so much to read about the team, the young people, the Gen Zs. There is so much spread all over about him. I wish everybody would reflect. There's very many statements he has made, very many ideas he has given us. I pray that the young men would pick from what Honorable Raila Odinga has left us. The ODM family, I pray that they will be structured even more. We cannot imagine that even the ODM will be there without him. So we just ask those who are there.
The stadium is full of people there.
Because
no seat there.
Thank you very much, sana. Pole sana.
They use the horror night going there.
Nzuri sana.
Utakumbuka nini kutoka kwa Raila Amolo Odinga kwa hivi?
Kwa ile kazi nzuri alifanyia nchi na the legacy he left during the time he lived. Yes.
Na mtazamaji, kama unavyoona ni kwamba wametoka kila pembe ya nchi kuhakikisha kwamba wanapeana heshima zao za mwisho. Hii leo mtazamaji, labda niweze kuzungumza na mzee wangu hapa. Habari yako mzee?
Nzuri sana Lulu.
Ehe.
Yes.
Na labda kwa nini umefika hapa na utamkumbukaje Raila Amolo Odinga?
Mimi naitwa Bernard Yaite na nimefika hapa ili kutoa heshima zangu za mwisho kwa kiongozi wetu shupavu Right Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga Prime Minister. Namkumbuka kwa sababu ya ugatuzi. Magatuzi yameleta tofauti kubwa sana katika mashinani, na ugatuzi uliopitia katika katiba mpya, na Raila alikuwa mstari wa mbele kuhakikisha kwamba tunapata katiba ambayo ileta magatuzi. Namshukuru sana na roho yake Mola ilaze mahali pema mbinguni. Asante.
Okay. Na shukrani sana mtazamaji, ni baadhi ya vijana ama wazee pia ambao wameweza kufika hapa siku hii ya leo. Nipate kusikia mawili matatu.
This is Nyayo Stadium outside.
Nzuri sana.
Unaitwa nani?
Robert Onyango.
Robert, kwa nini umefika hapa siku ya leo?
Nimefika hapa kupigia baba kwaheri, na ninaomba tukue na utulivu, na ninaomba serikali yetu iige uhusiano ya baba vile baba alikuwa anataka. Tunataka tukue na amani kwa hii Kenya. Tunataka maisha yetu ibadilike. Na Kenya ningependa kuhimiza serikali haswa our president angalie raia wa chini. Hawachana na watu wenye wako kwa hiyo level yake ya juu. Tunaumia. Life is hard.
Na utamkumbuka vipi baba?
Baba nitamkumbuka, ameleta devolution. Right now resources are going to the ground. Baba amefanya, sasa tuko na sauti. Baba amefanya, at least I can talk to the police like raia kama mimi. Alafu baba amefanya Kenya tuko na amani. Baba sio mtu mwenye anapenda vita. Baba alikuwa amependa amani. Na ninaomba Mungu aweke roho yake.
Double tap, you are screen guys.
Yeah.
Asante sana. Na mtazamaji, kama umeweza kusikia, ni mpenda demokrasia, mpenda amani, anapenda kila kitu kiwe shwari. Kama umeweza kusikia mawili matatu. Habari yako mzee wangu?
Nzuri.
Unaitwa nani?
Naitwa Benson Sitati. Mimi namjua baba. Baba ni mtu mzuri, ni mtu mwenye anataka haki. Naomba serikali hao wenye wamebaki wafanye uhaki kama vile baba alikuwa anataka. Baba alikuwa anataka kila mtu apate faida yake. Baba alikuwa anataka kila mtu afaidike na apate afanyie kitasho lake. Lakini wenye wako saa hii wamekuwa ni waongo. Wamejitakia wao wenyewe. Hawataki wananchi wa benefit. Wanataka hao ndio watajirike.
Leo tunafanya makumbusho, tumkumbuke baba, tumwenzi baba. Utamkumbuka vipi siku hiyo?
Nitamkumbuka baba kwa sababu baba alikuwa anasema yeye ni mtu mkubwa, na mtu mkubwa ukianguka ndege utawanyika. Sasa mimi nakumbuka baba kwa sababu anapotoka hivi sasa kila mtu kila kitu hakitakuwa sawa. Naomba Mungu alete mtu mwingine mwenye anaweza kuwa kama baba. Baba ni mtu wa haki, mwenye anajali wanyonge, anajali wale wa chini sana. Kwa hivyo mimi naomba serikali muweze kuangalia watu wa chini, muache tamaa, muwe kama baba.
Na mtazamaji, kama umeweza kusikia, anasema mti mkubwa ukianguka basi ndege huyumbayumba. Niko na vijana hapa mtazamaji, wameweza fika katika uga wa Nyayo siku hii ya leo. Kijana, habari yako?
Nzuri.
Na kwa nini umefika hapa na jina lako karibu?
Jina langu ni Mbui Mulwa. Nimekuja kumwomboleza kiongozi wangu wa ODM Raila Amolo Odinga. Yes.
Na mtamkumbuka vipi baba?
Tamkumbuka kwa mambo mengi. Alileta katiba ya 2010. Ameleta ugatuzi, amefanya mambo mengi sana Kenya.
Okay. Sasa mtazamaji, kama umeweza kusikia mawili matatu kutoka kwa baadhi ya waombolezaji ambao wameweza kuwasili ama kufika katika uga huu wa Nyayo, wengi wakimkumbuka baba kama mpenda demokrasia, mpenda amani, ambaye ameweza kuleta vijana wote pamoja. Sio vijana peke yake, bali wazee pia wameweza kuletwa pamoja. Kwa hivyo mtazamaji, nitapumzika kidogo, takurudisha kwake kwa Trevor Ombija, wakati nikitafuta baadhi ya waombolezaji ambao wana mengi ya kusema, wana mengi ya kumkumbuka Raila Amolo Odinga siku hii ya leo.
Asante sana, Lulu Hassan. Lulu Hassan there speaking to members of the public who are at the Nyayo National Stadium for the state funeral service. What you're seeing on your screen right now is in the Parliament precincts. It's a live picture there. This part was not published, but we believe either the president, I think the president is expected in Parliament there. We're still waiting to get details from our sources within the precincts of Parliament, but you can see this is part of lying in state because it's a state funeral. It's supposed to happen yesterday, but it was cancelled because of the surge in numbers. You can see there's speakers of both houses, the National Assembly, Moses Wetangula, and also Amason Kingi. There you can see the Chief Justice, Martha Koome. We can see the leader of majority at the Senate, that is Aaron Cheriot. You can see the leaders of minority and then majority in the National Assembly, Kimani Ichung'wah, and the leader of minority, Junet Mohammed, and members of the judiciary. I believe that looks like they're expecting the president to come there in just a short while, but this part of it was not published, so it's just we are following these proceedings live, and you can see also Stuart Matayo there at the back. So we'll keep those pictures, and also Ledama Olekina as well. But Ben Kirui is there in Parliament right now. Let's speak to Ben on phone. Ben, good morning. So what's happening where you are? This part was not published yesterday, but we can see a lot of activity there.
It's a member of a parliament with this here. Redama Olekina, how are you?
Is currently lying in state at the parliament building as the nation continues to mourn and honor
this parliament, guys, Parliament of Kenya. Kevnish, hi, Kevnish. This is the preparation of burial of our former deputy prime minister. Thank you, Kev. I have seen my watching hours they have added. Thank you. I know you are still playing my playlist. I saw your comment background to that. Thank you. God bless you. Kenya is mooning about this. You know him? Raila Amolo Odinga. Happening now. Raila state funeral. He was born 1945 up to 2025. These are all the members of Parliament of Kenya. Thank you so much. Kevnish, sister. Welcome, Kev. God bless you. You are doing me amazing. I have seen my watching hours. I have gained a lot now. Almost.
Will be happening. So
I know you played them because I saw the progressive.
Now we will be expecting the president.
Santi, thank you.
Will be leading this place at Nyayo National Stadium for the state burial. So Trevor, that is simply what is happening right now at the parliament meeting.
events looking like? Before I let you go, what are the security arrangements looking like there? Because you mentioned yesterday those are surge in numbers. How is it looking like? Are the members of the public within
him,
the
but
area?
I pray for his family.
Yeah. Been beefed up?
And for all Kenya, all the Kenyans.
Okay. The security situation is looking
very tight security here.
Yesterday, where they were unable to control the crowd, but right now, from where I'm standing, the Parliament Road, that is the roundabout near the City Hall, that place.
Manamabatu habari, how are you? Good morning, Manamabatu. Thank you so much. We are live in Parliament. What is happening right now about the Raila's body taken to Parliament? He was born 19. He have 88 years.
Is allowed to
thank you,
move past City Hall
Manamabatu
near Parliament building, so that to control the crowd that was witnessed yesterday. So everything is looking well organized, and the security situation is looking very well.
All right, thanks, Ben. Ben Kirui there speaking to us on phone live within the precincts of Parliament.
Raila's body taken to Parliament,
there any moment from now. And this is the 6 key components of
these
a state
are all
funeral,
the members of Parliament of Kenya.
Lying in state, which is the body of the deceased, is often placed in a public building like a parliament or a stadium to allow citizens to pay their final respects. Now, this was supposed to happen yesterday, but the surge in numbers and the numbers that were there was not, the police were not able to accommodate them. In fact, they got so close to the Parliament gate that they had to change the direction and take it straight to Kasarani, where the body lied in state there. I think this is now the makeup for yesterday, which is happening today, this morning. As we speak, you can see the lineup of the dignitaries, the members of Parliament, and they have this, the National Assembly Speaker, the Senate Speaker, the Senators, Ledamo Lekina, all of them are there, Emilio Diambo, Stuart Matayo. You can see also quite a number of the dignitaries who are all there. The members of Parliamentary Service Commission are also
no, any
there.
other members of Parliament has this here.
Just a short while, like I mentioned earlier on, this part was not published, but just judging from the formation of the lineup, the head of state is expected in Parliament any moment from now before the cortege then now proceeds to the Nyayo National Stadium for the state funeral. So I was taking you through the 6 key components of a state funeral. The first one is the lying in state. The next one is the military procession, which is just a formal procession, often with military involvement in the hallmark of the state funeral. This can include a gun salute or firing of rifles as a final tribute. We'll see whether that will happen at the Nyayo National Stadium, because that is where the full state funeral is happening. And yesterday there was a move of the gun carriage from the JKIA all the way to Kasarani after the changing of venue from Parliament. And then now the next one is the national mourning, a period of national mourning typically declared, during which the national flags are flown at half-mast.
Governor
declared by the president upon the receiving the news of the demise of the former prime minister.
All these are governors.
Formal service. This is the state
senators
this morning, because the formal service is supposed to happen at the Nyayo National Stadium from 9 a.m. all the way to 12 p.m. It's a 2-hour service, strictly 2 hours, and then they'll allow for viewing of the body from there until late, according to the funeral committee. Now, then there's a religious and cultural elements where the religious services are included according to the deceased's faith and cultural traditions. And then there's the state control. Now, the state takes full responsibility for the funeral, including all structural, protocol, and dignitaries' arrangements. So we're keeping an eye on Parliament. We're also keeping an eye on Nyayo National Stadium, where members of the public are already getting their numbers for the state funeral. We'll keep you updated as soon as anything changes. We're expecting the head of state in Parliament any moment from now. But before we went there, we were speaking about, you were finishing your thoughts on the generosity part, where there are many theories about it, but Raila himself did not want it published. Did he explain why that should not be the case, considering with the other members of Parliament, not just members of Parliament, mostly whenever anybody does any donation?
Jimmy Love, we are in Parliament live now. What is happening now about Raila? Bodies taken to Parliament.
That's a political class. I mean, but
have a blessed day, you too. Thank you so much, Jimmy Rock. Thank you for the like. Thank you. Now,
somewhere will give you money.
Oh, the Parliament
it was not small money.
is happening right
give you
now.
a lot of money, straight from. He personally give you the money. He'll not even send you to pick it from anyone else. He'll give you his donation in person, and you'll take this donation to
no, not today. The funeral will be on Sunday.
About it.
This only Raila
Sometimes
state
you
funeral.
also
It is
eat my father's
people
funeral, for
going to view
example,
the body.
and when politicians stood up to say,
Yesterday
known
they
this young
viewed
man for a
at
very long time,
another
not 20,000
stadium called the
shillings, but 10,000
Kasarani,
shillings,
but
and
today
say,
they are
ladies,
going to Nyayo Stadium.
my gift for you.
The funeral will be Saturday.
Do you want me to say it up in front when I go to speak? I said, it's not my place to ask you to say that.
This is parliament life. People
I will not do it.
cannot be allowed to enter here because it is too small.
Not talk about it. But I received a lot of flack after that because my village mates were saying Mzee came all the way from Nairobi and he didn't leave you anything. But that was not Raila Odinga for you. This is a man who will follow up, and then you lose a family member. Raila Odinga will call you and ask you, do you want me to come to your house in Nairobi, or do you want me to come for the funeral? And he'll call you again 3 days later, ask how are the arrangements going. I'm still coming. I really want to be there for you guys. So, and he did it for so many people. And I understand when you see someone crying on TV at that age, the passion they had for this man and the organization he had around him, it tells you something about Raila Odinga. That was Raila Odinga for you. So there are things he did publicly. He did politics publicly, but privately he was a very compassionate human being. And we will greatly remember him for that.
Okay. Mugendi, what should the young people learn from Raila Odinga?
Thank you, Jeff. I think not just
thank you so much
it is easy
for adding me the likes.
Categorize young people as those sometimes often in need of learning, because
here is in Nairobi Parliament way.
His journey into politics started when he could be considered young, naive, bold.
Yes, me sometimes I passes here when I go to Nairobi. I know this path. I also see where the Parliament is.
Key attributes that I see that we can make that are true.
Double. You are screening, guys.
Yeah, it is key to be likable. And likability does not mean being pretentious. And I can see the attributes from my panelists who have had a closer interaction with him. Could feel like this was a person who you could talk to, you could approach, who could listen. And perhaps those are the things bedeviling us at this age where you have an avalanche of information. So perhaps you can detect that the person you are having a negotiation with or a conversation with is actually not going to help you in this. But being patient enough to listen to what the other side is. Another attribute which is also very difficult to learn is the ability to work with people you don't like or have a contrary opinion from yours.
Yes.
And that is a very key thing to understand, especially in the political scene for our good young people organizing and rebranding and charting a new path for this nation. That politics often demands that you work with people who sometimes are even considered evil. And I remember Secretary Hillary Clinton at one point made that remark that it is the policy of the United States, including Bill Clinton repeating it, that we talk to terrorists as well. Not so that we
double
can
tap your screen, guys,
engage or align with their agenda, but to understand where do they come from. Yeah. And because of his ability to talk to people to that kind of degree, you could see that every politician from every cadre, be it an MCA, be it an MP, be it the current president, when he talks, they all listen. He can temper emotions that would flare towards the extreme. He can calm the storm. He can be the stabilizing effect. The third attribute which I have seen with the Right Honorable Prime Minister is the ability to be consistent. You know, consistency is not showing up every single day at 100%. One day I'm at 100, tomorrow I'm at 20, but I'm still moving, you know? And because this is a very tricky game, because for someone to build a national reputation, it takes years. And it requires us to also be patient. Because the achievement or the dreams that we'd want to have in an instant, and we can empathize because we live in a world where microwaves are instant, you know, money is instant, gratification is instant, you know, everything is quick and quick and quick. And the comparisons can be a bit unfair. And sometimes when you compare, you end up being disappointed.
Life, how are you?
And I remember at one point,
how are you, Life? Welcome. Give me the like, Life.
If someone is at your age is driving a Mercedes,
Life at the travel,
and you have a job, and you're doing well, you have not failed.
Rider's body is taken to
because the comparison.
Stadium.
If I was to compare myself with Raila Amolo Odinga, that would be a very unfair playing field.
Amepelekwa Nyayo Stadium.
But he gave us an example that you can be consistent.
Life, how is he USA?
The corner that you're in at this particular.
Can you double tap? You are security. Raila is from 1940. This is 80 years.
About you.
This is 80 years of old.
Learn how to communicate difficult issues to people. You know, we have a dangerous assumption.
I am good, although we are mooning.
They are not. Because people respond.
Our Baba is no more.
To
Baba of Kenya. Thank you for the like. I appreciate
that we value. You know, if Onsarigo decides to run and
this is Nyayo Stadium.
It is full. Why that particular person?
No seat there. When someone goes right now, there is no space.
There's a reason why
Nyayo Stadium, they are waiting for the body of the Raila to go and view it there at Nyayo Stadium. Life.
And that, from where we are seated, could sound irrational. But you can see someone like
you heard
this,
about it?
The
Life. Did you heard about the death of Raila?
That for him,
many people they are telling me they have not heard.
I could see so many people.
Guys, if you have not,
he responded
give me that nice.
And I wonder, people in my generation, why don't we have time not to respond?
It depends.
It is amazing. Yes. It is. I don't think I met someone who could have been as busy as him, because someone like him, I mean, from morning to evening.
Yeah.
And maybe Dennis will tell us. With 2,000, 1,000, 1,500, 3,000 messages.
Yes.
And everyone is saying, by the way, he responded to my calls. You know, he responded to my text messages. He checked on my family. He gave anonymous donations.
Yeah, condolences. Passing your leader, okay. Leader for many. Let's go to Citizen Life. This thing is misbehavior. I don't know why. Oh, Suzzy is here, and I want to go to prepare myself to go to my working place. Oh. Thank you, Sha. Bunge. Condolences to Kenya for the passing of your. Yeah. We are mourning. The time here is 7:44. 45 minutes to 8. Let me show you. This is the time right now. The climate is changed. It is raining in Nairobi. I think they have a blessings. We are blessed.
Police officers, but apart from that, there's also a number of traffic police officers who are now starting to divert traffic. It tells you that this particular area in just a few minutes to come will be a no-go zone. The vehicles you are seeing right now
this is
being
Parliament.
allowed to use this particular access route towards Haile Selassie and finally towards Nairobi's
already
capital.
This time the stadium is already full. The people are seated now, waiting for the body of Raila Amolo Odinga to view.
This area is entirely barricaded for the state funeral service for the late Raila Odinga. But apart from that, security has been intensified. This particular area also, it's where also Kenyans, or rather mourners, are being allowed to use at this particular moment to access the
very tight
National
security
Stadium,
in Nairobi right
also,
now.
like I said,
Bunyara Road.
a multi-agency.
People of Kenya, they know where Bunyara Road is located.
As well as the administration police, they're all here trying to, have this particular area secure. It's just about 10 meters to the National Stadium, the main venue of today's funeral service for Raila Odinga. And so a lot of activity as far as security is being beefed up. As it stands, traffic is flowing, but what the traffic commandant has informed us is that they are just about to completely seal and block any form of traffic at this particular roundabout, the Bunala roundabout, which actually connects to the Haile Selassie roundabout and eventually to the GPO roundabout, or if you turn right, you head all the way to the Kenya Railways roundabout, and that is the heart of the CBD. But also, there is another contingent of a very, very, very heavily armed contingent. We're talking about the Kenya Defense Forces are also much present here at the now National Stadium. Like I told you, Trevor, nothing is really left to chance, and this has been the drill since the announcement of the death of the party's original bag is back now with even more full-size sandwiches.
Very bad.
Sandwich, hot ham and cheese,
Skip that.
or charbroiled double cheeseburger. Mix and match any two with fun. Activity around the now National Stadium.
Skip the ads.
That there is no commotion. Having witnessed those unfortunate scenes, and especially at the Kasarani National Stadium yesterday.
Tap guys if you have not.
The body of the late Raila Odinga arrived there, that particular commotion. So today they're just trying to, as much as possible, to ensure that there is no commotion as much, and that the crowd and rather mourners are contained, at least from this particular area. So, like I told you, mourners right now are being allowed to access the
are being allowed to access the venue. This will not be the case as soon as this particular roundabout is sealed. But right now, I just want to engage with a few mourners who are now trooping in towards the stadium. I'd start by you. Just tell us what is your name and where are you coming from?
Okay, my name is Bernardo Solo. I'm a student at the University of Nairobi. I'm very sad for the loss of our father, Raila Odinga. So we are going to mourn him right away. Yeah.
And we are seeing you. We are seeing you walking all the way here. Did you walk all the way from the campus?
Yeah, I walked all the way from the campus because I'm energetic right now. Yeah. The loss of Raila is the loss of the nation. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much. Just more and more mourners will be trooping towards the Nyayo National Stadium. But right now, I have to hand you over back to Trevor Ombija. Trevor, we are braving the chilly morning here at the Nyayo National Stadium just to give you live update on what's happening ahead of this particular sad but historic state funeral service for the late and former Prime Minister, Right Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga. Back to you, Trevor.
Seth Olale there speaking to us right at the roundabout of Bunyala, just a few meters away from the National Stadium. You can see the barricades already there because of the crowds that are expected to head to the National Stadium for the state fair. Keeping an eye on all the developments for you inside the National Stadium. We are very on Emmanuel Tob, Brenda Wanga, Lulu Hassan, all of them are there to keep you updated. Outside Parliament Precinct, we have Ben Kirui, who's standing by the latest. We saw formation there, like they're expecting a dignitary like the head of state. And then that formation has just been dissolved. So we are still expecting to get more details from that region. We know currently the body of the late former Prime Minister Raila Amolo Odinga is in the precinct of Parliament before it is taken to the Nyayo National Stadium for the state funeral, where there will be a state funeral for 2 hours. The service will be for 2 hours from 9 a.m. to 12, and then now there's going to be, they'll allow public viewing
Today, okay.
from that point on
Dada.
as late as possible.
Oh, thank you.
But it's real. I mean, I know you wanted to jump in when we were talking about lessons when Mugindu was mentioning the lessons that people can learn from the life of Raila. It's something you wanted to add before bringing that.
Quickly, Trevor, one of the things I actually chose deliberately to do is that I decided that I will not mourn Raila Odinga, but I will actually celebrate him. For the lessons that I actually picked along life's path, seeing what he's done, reading what he wrote then, and generally how he's shaped the country. Number one, I choose not to mourn him, but celebrate him because, number one, he has so many children he's left behind. Raila has made this country in his image. There are many things you may not agree about him, but if you look at the Republic, it is so much made in the image of Raila. Then for those of us who are in Stratcom and strategy, you realize that Raila was a master communicator. When the nation was indecisive, he would always come in and offer direction. In 2002, when people were still pulling left, right, and center, the country was ready. The country was coming to birth in a new dispensation. He showed up at Uhuru Park. He said, Kibaki Tosha. And with that, he did away with all the confusion that was in the camp, and people got a way of going. Sometimes in 2005, after there was the push and pull, he said, hata chungwa inaweza kuwa chama. 20 years down the line, chungwa imekuwa chama and a very strong party. When there were days of having more multiple candidates, he would show up and say, farasi ni wawili, na wengine ni punda. As in, very decisive, a master communicator. You cannot take away that from him. And a lot of times, and even in times when I worked in now camps that were actually against him, the truth is that you will have to study him passionately and intimately if you're going to actually come up with strategies that counter him. He was an enigma in many ways. So people sit down. And, some of you are in communication here. He does a lot of political comms strategy. He's very good. He will know how many times people can actually sit through the night to just come up with summarizing a message into a slogan or something. Then Raila thinks through, reads stuff, and he disseminates information very easily. When it came to being academic, he would actually, a lot of people probably might not know that, but he would actually take you through a policy in very intimate ways, and still you understand. He spoke to masses in ways they understood. And when I talk about him being quite a good political communicator, and a lot of us really desire to, is that sometimes he will even tell off the masses. A lot of politicians I know, and I have been a little bit lucky to work with at least 2 presidents, in those shadows and those ends. I've also been in Raila's shadows in the past. I will tell you that a lot of politicians are so afraid of the masses. So the masses can actually go in a direction that they don't like, but they will complain in private. But Raila would stand up and tell off the masses, and would tell off the politicians, as in he was totally a father. So when the people call him Baba, like the way you would take direction from your father is exactly what he was. The other thing is that Raila, for me, helped me look at the country very differently. He was not afraid of culture and tradition or history and where we've come from. About 150 years ago, our traditions and our ways of life were violently stopped and messed up. We have only been in this new way of doing things for about 100 years. And all of a sudden now we are acting like kind of where our ancestors brought us this far, it didn't matter. Yet our people were very resilient. They came away for thousands of years with their ways. He wasn't afraid. When the late Vice President Omalo died, he did tell Oburu, went to Kitale, I don't know if it was Kitale or Kakamega, complete with the war regalia and with the animals and everything else. The lawyer sat down and said, "Hi, this man knows exactly how to mourn a hero when he goes down." And that's why you've seen online there's that joke of a section of Luos saying, the problem with Luya is they think this funeral is theirs. You know, Raila was just as Luya as he was any other. Yeah. And that is why, like he will talk about Wanga, and by the way, Trevor, that I'm a Wanga, so we don't say it. I have never wanted to say it, but it just came out. Baba said he's a Wanga also. So Baba helped us to know that as a nation, we, the Bantus, coming all the way from Congo in Babenda, Benin State in Nigeria, all the way to this place. He also knew of that team that came from Sudan, both the children of the Nile, the Nilotes, both River Lake and the Plain, and those that came from the Ethiopia Highlands, the Highland Nilotes, the Kalenjin specifically. He also knew, and by the way, there is a part of Kenya that I really had not been opened up to so much, and that is Northern Kenya. Yeah. The one person that really helped me appreciate Northern Kenya was Raila Odinga, because every time I went to BP and Shell House, which is now Harambee House Annex, I met those guys there, and I realized that these guys are extremely sharp, very good people. He also spoke about the indigents. But then, Trevor, when the majority of the groups arrived in this country, whether they are Nilotes, Kushites, whatever, there were people we found here. The Senguers, the Ogieks, I may not mention all of them. He was very specific about those people. And you remember, he would insist that we cannot touch Mau, for example. One, it is because it has good people there. There are guys from Mbobut Forest, people whom we found in this particular land. But he said that together, all of us can actually be we can actually be a nation. That however way you look at it, it's either we are both a collage and we are mosaic. Finally, if you look at how he will put up his teams, it's an attribute I actually admire, and a lot of times I try to replicate that. He never picked people who agree with him alone. Also, he was never afraid of bringing sharp people on board. If you ever met a constellation of stars, of sharp people, it was always in his wings. He would bring in, of course, you might meet people who are, in your opinion, because these things sometimes are subjective. Yeah. Whether somebody is brilliant or not is subjective. But you would meet at how he puts together his team. Yeah. It's in a way that he's not afraid. He will bring in a nuclear scientist, bring in a business person, and he did politics the way we really are admiring to do. Okay. Because for him, it was not about following him because he has got money or resources, but he could actually pull together resources. So you will find somebody taking care of Mobility, I will take care of it. Communication, somebody else will take. And that is the politics we need, where it's a people pulling together their resources rather than one man with so much resources buying out loyalties and everything else. And for me, I choose completely not to try and money. Not that it's easy, but I celebrate him because literally, I look at this nation. It is in his image, and as an elder now. That is why, for example, we have decided to subject his will to public participation. He did not consult us. Even if it were possible, we can move it a little bit further from that Sunday. So he cannot tell us about culture, tradition, and the ways of our people. And then he comes around and tries to actually hold our hands. A little bit on that he will understand. But I also want to say this, that there is a lesson Raila was trying to actually push through in the 72 hours. And this, I hope I will get the right words, because sometimes communication can actually be twisted. When this circumcision issue was being played around with, he challenged the Luo communication and the other communities that were not practicing circumcision. And today it's practiced, and they realized that there's nothing big about it. There were marginal benefits to it. And he went out there and he told them, you cannot die. It's not something like, but if there's something good that we can get out of it, so he challenged them and we embraced it. So even the 72-hour thing, do you not remember that it's not our culture as Westerners to keep people for a very long time? We only learned to start keeping people longer because, number one, we come from very far. Those of us who come from the far west, we come from very far. And then, of course, there are morgues that can keep people for a very long time. Otherwise, I'm told, for example, like my great-grandfather was buried in the morning when he died at night. So it was our tradition to bury people early. So he's also introducing something that we need to pick up and run with. He was a revolutionary, not just politically, but also culturally.
Correct. Yes. I see there's a lot of activity at the Nyayo National Stadium. I don't know whether we should cross over there and listen in for a bit before I bring in Lena on the lessons that she picked from Raila Odinga. Let's listen in to what's going on at the Nyayo National Stadium. National Stadium there, where the state funeral is supposed to start in the next few minutes. That's actually supposed to be at 9 a.m. and we're keeping an eye on everything that's going on around in precincts of Parliament as well. The body of the former Prime Minister is currently there. We're also trying to see what's happening at the National Stadium. Lena, we were talking about this issue of lessons, and you heard from those who worked close to him. And
thank you, guys. Suzzy was... I want you to shower, guys.
I think there's a surge of young people that
Raila State Funeral. Saidi amepelekwa Nyayo Stadium. Ndio watu waende view the body. Ni kwega.
My opponent is touching me because I have money. They're trying to destroy me because they have power. And the slogan, actually, most of the slogans are just based on one term and two term. But one of the
things tap your screen, guys.
The former Prime Minister had a career that had spanned over 30 years. A very organic support base. You know, seeing like from what is happening right now, that we cannot be able to contain the masses. You see, and
this language. Nyatwaro kiharo-ini kia Nyayo Stadium. Waboyo can understand the language, but for many people, people can hear the language.
People feel like you were concerned about them. So there was this kind of welfare status
Mombasa Road in kama imefungwa.
Everything, if anything would happen, if something would go wrong and Raila doesn't speak, people would be like, Nambona Raila hajaongea? Because they were waiting for him to speak.
Tuko.
One of the character traits of the former prime minister was his sacrificial leadership. All through since 1970s to even 2022, he demonstrated sacrificial leadership. I remember when Azimio lost in 2022, I was like, Baba, come on, do something, do something. But he used the right channel, of course, to address his issues, and when it didn't work, he wanted and said, it's fine. I agree, I may not agree with the results, but because we don't have any other option, let's just move on. And even came and supported the current government. So he really had sacrificial leadership in him. And I think that's something that we can be able to model as young people.
Amoyo, how are you? Amoyo, uko hapo?
I don't think
original Keruma.
Even the current president
is a herbal medicine, very nice. Yekago amoyo. Guonie. No. Keruma kavio. You do this.
Leaders that we have today. And I believe that the seed that has been sown in those leaders, we are going to see it spring up. And these are going to be going to carry on the legacy that Baba has left. And thirdly, Baba was ready to explore. I think if there was any person that was ready to explore legally, politically, and economically, it was Baba.
Nizuri sana aloe vera. Mumera wa mogwanogo. Amoyo, mogwanogo. Ado mahegira leo matira hakamanya mumago zokia godi. Mogwanogo is the best. Yakati kutatu wa ng'ombe.
By his manifesto when he was letting his
Welcome to Bomba Mabati Factory, the 2023 award winner in roofing solutions.
Skip.
global agenda. You realize that some of the things like unemployment cannot just be dealt with at a national level. They need to be dealt with at a continental and global level. So I think it's a challenge for even our leaders to be global. And I think that's what gave Baba a global appeal, a continental appeal, a Pan-Africanism, because it looked beyond what we were going through as a nation. And lastly, Baba was a politician. And he was a politician because if you look at the leaders, the current president, the former president, and even the time of Kibaki, everybody prayed to Baba for help. And we believe that he had the template. And it's understandable because Baba has gone through all these things. Not say that there's nothing that Baba hasn't gone through that is happening right now. Even our revolution as Gen Zs, Baba has seen all these things. He knows how it begins.
Are you still in the building?
Meeting and coalition together and say that you want to do this. He saw that
Are you still in the building?
So he understands. He knows how to pick up, and then they will take a U-turn, and then this is going to happen. Yes, I think those are some of the lessons I can be able to attribute to Baba.
Okay. You want to jump into that? Yeah. I want to agree with her, but slightly differ with her as well. From where I sit, I think Raila Odinga was more of a leader than a politician. Why do I say this? Because many times we have sat in a room where we are hot-blooded and we're telling him, say, let's go on the streets. No going back. There's no going back on this. And case in point was in 2017 when we unfairly lost an election. And everyone was calling him and telling him, say, we are not going for these repeat elections. And then he listened to us. I remember I called him, he was in CI. I called him, I told him, say, we're not going for this repeat. If you're going for these repeat elections, then please make sure that then Uhuru doesn't get any votes from our regions. Let him have the elections in some parts where he controls, so that we deny him political legitimacy to run a country. He listened and then he said, we have only one country. Yeah, so we deny people to go exercise their votes to vote, their right to vote.
The comments, they have disappeared.
So where are we going as a country? But let me fast forward to COVID times and echo what Arnold was saying a few minutes ago, where he said he's not mourning Raila Odinga, he's celebrating him. Personally, I'm doing the same thing because I think I had
Miro kinigere
COVID-19 pandemic when he contracted COVID. And I remember to the run up to him getting COVID, we sat as a protocol team and we asked ourselves how we're going to deal with Raila Odinga.
Continue commenting, guys.
Loves shaking hands. You can't stop him from shaking hands. It's our thing. It's our thing.
Shake hard.
So then a plan was put in place. What we do, we get a sanitizer. Okay, who is going to carry this sanitizer? So in that room, it was Ibrahim Ouma, who is the CEC now in Nairobi County. There was Maurice Chieng, Mudomo Bagi. There was Ndiege, a young lean man who has been with Raila for a very long time. And there was Winnie Odinga as well, and many other people. And then we said, we give the sanitizer to George, Mze's bodyguard, we alternated with Maurice. And then
keep tuned, double tap you are sitting, guys.
Trial, I think we were out of town, but what we forgot that the sanitizer, sometimes because the way it was stored, it was very cold. So when you spray his hands, it will irritate him. Yeah. So when you come with that sanitizer, you come back again. So
it is full. Nyayo stadium is full. No seat there.
You tell him, we also need to sanitize you. He said, well, this thing, but we will sanitize. Okay. But as time went by, I think our last engagement was when we went to Taita Taveta, then we went to Mombasa, and then we came back to Nairobi, and then Raila Odinga has contracted COVID, and then he's admitted in Nairobi Hospital. So there was talk in town that Raila has been taken ill because of COVID, and so what do? We need to tell the public that Raila has contracted COVID, and then I called him. Because at that particular time, I was the one running his social media handles with another team of people. So I called him and I said, Mzee, so before I even spoke, and I don't know if this happened to many other people around him, because Mzee had a way of explaining to us what he has done the whole day. But at the back of my mind, I'm like, but Mzee, I work for you. I should know what you have been up to. I know where you have been. Yeah. So you will wait online for him to tell you what he has done. I've just come back from Migori. I met I don't know who. It was a good function, all those things. And then you just listen, and then I put your point across. So that day, when I called him, the first thing he said, the doctor has just left here. He has checked my vitals. My oxygen is fine. My heart is in a good place, all those things. And then he cracked a very dark joke. He said, even our friend Pombe, I hear he's also across here where I am. I said, I don't know. He said,
on the next episode of Mint, is your biggest asset truly safe? We unpack Kenya's crucial domestic package and reveal why home insurance isn't a luxury. For the cost of a smile, Dr. Shegembio is here with practical, budget-friendly solutions to make quality dental health affordable for all. Meet Wididi, the entrepreneur who turned his passion for Kamachuma into a hugely successful booming business. Tune in this Monday on TV 47's Mint and find out all the untold stories of revolution.
He asks you where are you, then it's a sign that he wants to see you. So you don't say you're in Kisii. If you're in Nairobi, then you say you're in Karen. You don't say you're along Mombasa Road. So that allows you some latitude to get where he is. So he calls you, then it's where are you? I said, I'm in Karen, but I was somewhere in the Bakasi. Then he said, come home, let's have lunch. I asked him, how are you feeling? He said, I'm fine, I'm getting better. But when he was speaking, I could hear at the end of the phone call that he was finding it very difficult to speak because he was having difficulties in breathing. So I get to Karen at the main gate at his house. Whom do I meet? The late George Uduor. George says, Dennis, you can't see Mzee. I say, but he has called me. And he said, no, you can't see it today. I said, okay. Then he calls. And then he says, where are you? I said, actually, George. So I didn't even finish. George opened the gate. I get in. I walk in and I find him there, and he was really struggling. So we sat down, and shock of shocks, he served me lunch. He was sitting in a gazebo. But it was very, very difficult for him to eat and speak at the same time. But even in that state, Odinga will still have a conversation with you. So when Arnold was speaking about culture, that is when the conversation of Omena came in, and then they asked me, what do you call Omena in Kisii? I told him, we are a bit disadvantaged because we feel as a Kisii community, I think the Luo took over many of our names. And I said, people like Onyango are in Kisii, they're also in Kisumu. And then they said, Dennis, as far as I'm concerned, because I'm older than you are, it's my strong belief that the Luyas, Kisiis, and you come from the Luos. I told him, we are a distinct tribe. And then
I think katekera bia rutaru ne godi tora dibera twekera data
as we speak, and the former Prime Minister Odinga is laying there in state in any moment from now, expected to head out to Nyayo National Stadium for the state funeral as a president, and finally arrived at the Parliament Precincts, just as we had predicted earlier on. And is currently there as we speak. Yes, so you're saying that
so I said, we are a distinct tribe, and then I agree. You agree with him. Because he said, then as far as Mzee is concerned, and he said, because I'm older than you are, and I have more knowledge than you do, so you know that the mother of the Kisiis died in Kisumu. You guys only proceeded with your father to Kisii land. So when I tell you that indeed he came from our hippos, because you have to believe me. But that was Odinga for you. Even in that state and that particular time, he had his oxygen mask on. I mean, he had tubes running down from his nose and having that conversation. But I mean, at that particular time, it was very, very tough for us. Speaking of sitting in a room and coming up with a strategy and coming up with a slogan, Odinga was so good at it. And my lady friend here was saying that how will Odinga come up with something like BBI as a new water? One morning you're in your house and then Raila sends you a newspaper cutting from 1970 something, talking about Azimio Umoja. And then he says, have a look at it. He calls you, Dennis, have a look at it. And you think you're the only person having a look at it. He has sent also the same newspaper article to someone else. He says, have a look at it, let's have a conversation. So we unveil it in a book, but we realize we have a slogan. And then, so we tell him, we don't have a catchphrase for Azimio la Umoja. Then we throw names around and we tell him, why don't you go with Inawezekana? Then he says it out aloud, he says, that makes sense. So it was BBI. When we started off BBI campaigns, it was a very hard sell. So every time we go back to the office, we'll tell him that there's no connection between us and the people. But he used to say the connection will come. Then we said, then why don't you come up with a slogan? He says, shoot. And then I told him, why don't you say nobody can stop reggae? And then he says, because reggae is strong. That is Raila Odinga for you. Finish sentences for you in a very clever, and you tell him what to say, but he knows how to say it better. And he will not forget. He will not forget. And the only way we will make sure that he doesn't forget is for you to sit right in front of him. He's an active Italian who is standing up in the crowd. When he sees you, he remembers, I need to say this at the end of this run. And that nobody can stop reggae became the cornerstone of the BBI campaigns, and we started attracting crowds in their numbers. So that was Raila Odinga for you. So he had many faces. Yeah. but to me, it was a leader more than a politician.
Yeah, and it's interesting that you mentioned that nobody can stop reggae, because Steve Juma was a journalist, was saying the same thing. He's telling me to ask Sarigo how that name "Nobody Can Stop Reggae" came by, the slogan. Yes. But he also says that they say healing is a process, but this one leaves a deep running scar, which shall go on forever.
Okay, let's continue walking, guys. Let's go.
Speak truth to power. You always condemned.
Kuzima. You know what is kuzima? Keep commenting. Let's go. Sorry for that interruption. This is called Medlink Medical Clinic. Double. You are screaming. You have a lot of street dogs here. You can see very comfortable. I'm trying to go very fast because I don't want to be late by my work. Keep tuned. Super Highway, International Road, Kenya. Keep commenting, keep double tapping, keep liking. Like. Driver under caution. Double taps. Comment there. So that I know who is in the building. Also here we have Great Springs Restoration Ministry. Oh, it is a ministry. Okay. Yes. Continue going. Very fast. Very fast. Because the time is 18 minutes to 9. And I'm supposed to report at 9. That's why I'm trying to hurry up. Or am I going very fast? I have to do this because of saving the time. I want 18 minutes to reach where I work. Careless drivers. Go full view. I'm heading where you will see a church, St. Peter at the Pole, Catholic Church. And it's a hilly place. I will go slowly now because of the hill. We have this road going to the market, but I'm not going to use it. Let me use this one in front of the church. This is a hilly place. Beautiful view. This is church, St. Peter and Paul Catholic Church. The main gate is over here. This is the main gate of St. Peter and Paul Catholic Church. This is where I have come from. Now I'm heading this Kiambu town. So we are going to see golf club. It started since 1923. This is a hill. I'm trying to go very slowly because I am unable to breathe well because of the hill is affecting my chest, the breathe. We have a lot of tuk-tuks. You see, golf club started in 1923. Also, we have this beautiful tree, jacaranda tree, very beautiful flowers. Today I'm coming to have a photo there. Is any person? Double tap your screen. Give me the like by supporting Suzzy, by subscribing, by double tapping your screen, and also connect to everyone. Connect to Kevnish. It's amazing, guys. It's our good sister, very supporting sister from USA, New York, I think. I don't know. You're still with background there. Thank you so much. I'm still walking. This is a very long way. I'm heading to my work, where I work. Let's keep going. You are going to see Kiambu town. It is very beautiful there. I'm not yet still there, but I'm heading there. I'm very near. Beautiful area view. Yeah, thank you. God bless you. I'm happy for you, sister. Thank you. I heard many people saying, Kevnish, good sister, is very supportive. That's why God is still continue blessing you, because you are a good, kinded heart. Thank you. Your heart is very, very nice. Thank you. I will never keep I will always keep saying thank you to you because I have seen my progress in my watching hours is going and adding every time, adding. Oh, thank you. You have already added the 20 hours, which is very difficult to me to gain it. 20 watching hours by 5 hours. Kiafnisi. Asante sana. When I tell you asante, just say karibu. Saying thank you so much. Just say like saying thank you. Welcome. Welcome is karibu. You know, here in Kenya we speak Kiswahili language because it is our national language. Asante is saying thank you. Asante sana. Thank you so much. Also, I have come to another team here. Thank you so much. Go and sleep well. Have a good night. I think it's a night. Yeah, it is a daytime. We are going to 9 a.m. Kenya time. Lilian, Simiu, habari yako Lilian? Welcome to Suzzy's life. Suzzy is in Kiabu town. I'm heading where you will see a Kiabu town. Yeah, thank you. Lilian, Simiu, where are you watching from, Lilian? Uko wapi? Double tap. Give me the like. Tap your screen. Give me that like. This is police station. I'm heading where the police ya Kiabu iko. Sai hakuna watu. All the people have gone to Nyayo Stadium for the arrangements of burial of our baba. Baba is wetu. Baba ni wetu. Wote. People are mourning about baba wetu. Hata mimi nampenda zaidi. Mimi ni Kikuyu lakini I love Raila. He's a good person. I can see a lot of police officers. This is police station of Kiabu. I see them there. I see them all. They are there. Guarding. Very tight security. See them? Kiambu Division Headquarter. Simiu, hujaniambia uko wapi? Where are you? Simiu. Lilian. I'm trying to go very fast to save the time. Flowers, I like this. These flowers. So we have Ozone Resort here. Ozone Resort. This is Kiambu town. Kiambu is the neighbor of Nairobi. Neighbor town. Nairobi. It is not so far from here. You can see these shuttles are coming from Nairobi. It's 30 minutes to reach Nairobi. Double tap your screen if you haven't. Ambulance. That's right, the hospital. This is Kiambu Hospital, main Kiambu Hospital, County Referral Hospital. The main gate of the hospital. This one was only for used by cars. And so we have people selling fruits. Also beautiful buses going to Nairobi. Oh, I think right now it is very, very cheap. Going Nairobi is very cheap. The road is, I can say it is blocked there. But I don't know why. They are blocking this road. They are putting this thing. I don't know these things. What are the meaning of this? I don't know. It's the strings written caution. Don't know the meaning. I have they put them. Let's continue. And also we have a lot of children going back home from their schools. The school have already closed. Many of them have closed today. Keep commenting there, guys. Good business. Thank you. Thank you for the like. Another like has added. Thank you so much. I hope you are going to see a lot of pupils because they are closing the school today. So the people have already started doing their businesses, but our government does not allow them at this time to do their business only from 4 p.m. And also today is a market today, but I'm not going inside because I will be late by my work. And I don't want to be late. I'm supposed to report at 9 today. Keep commenting there. Let's go. Enjoy the vibes. This is the parking area, and also it's reserved area for Family Bank, for diocese, and also strictly for bishop only. Also, we have people here. They are advertising their shops. Continue walking. I am now in Kiabu town, and this place, be very careful, Suzzy, because there is a lot of convents here all over. You should be very careful, Suzzy. Careful. Do not go fast because my leg started aching. Yeah, my leg is aching. Also, we have a lot of pupils coming from their schools. They have already closed. This is Kiabu town. I'm not going to enter inside the market. Okay. We have a public toilet and a shower. 50 shillings. Oh, very expensive. Showering. Why a shower? In the public shower. Keep double tapping. This is Kiabu town. I think it will give me copyright. I'm not going to mute it. I will remove. And head. Keep tuned. I have 1 hour 43 minutes. That means I need another 15 minutes to end the life. 15 more. I want to cross the opposite side of the road. Careful, Suzzy. Be very careful about the phone snatchers. They have a lot of phone snatchers. continue commenting there. Careful. Okay.
Uweze kupata screen protector kwa bei nafuu kwa shilingi 100. Tuko na special offer na hii yetu ni ile original. Na tunakuwekea kwa bei nafuu.
I think I can go to main bus park and show you how things here are happening to the main bus park. Let me go and show you main bus park how things are happening right now. We have a lot of students because they have already closed their schools. They are very many buying snacks. I want first of all go, then I come back. They are very happy closing the school. They felt like they are in prison. Now they have released. They have released. There are many here. This is the main bus park. Let me pass here and show you. I think I can go around 1 minute, then I come back. It's called Marafiki Circle, the bus station. They are going to bus station in Nairobi. I am inside the bus station, bus park, Kiambu. This is in Kiambu town, guys. These are going to a place called Remuru. Even the ladies are conductors here. Sometimes even I don't understand what they say. I don't understand. Oh, you can continue. Let me go there, then I go where I am still where I work. My building is here. Or can we go? I don't want to be late by my work. Careful, Suzzy. That's cool, guys. Reke go ire bara. Reke athie mutaro. All the students are here, and they have come to the supermarket. You can see them. They have put their bags outside the supermarket here because they are not allowed to enter with the bags. You know the children, how they can do. Yeah, they can steal sweets or a pyramid. Okay, thank you for the like. Now, I'm Richie, where I work. Rogers only. These keys. Let me put it there so that and that. Oh. Let's open them. Dark. Why not this over here? Not yet used. 140. Yeah, already not yet. You see how these accommodations, this is how they look like. Thank you. Hey, you are there. Enjoy. Double tap your screen. New pen 141. It's refusing to open. pole, sawa. Let's go up. Thank you. Open. Used. Also used. Not yet. I don't know where the keys of this room went. Where is the keys? All right, that's good to find the 1003. One. Used. Let's go to the other one. Get out. Now go up the stairs. Let's go, guys. Open this. Not used. Let's go back. Go up now. Ooh, guys, Suzzy is reached where she works. Hello, how are you? Can you comment? Comment there below. Let's go up. See whether the water can. We are come to this rooftop. Let me first relax. See? So you very beautiful environment. That guy. Is it clear now? These are the buses going Nairobi at various types of places. And I love that jacaranda tree is over here. Beautiful tree. Do you love it? You love that color. I love purple. Jacaranda tree is of purple color. Yeah. Thank you so much, all those who joined my live stream. I'm very appreciate. Lilian Simiu, thank you. Kefnish, welcome. Kefnish Wamoyo, thank you. Share Life, thank you so much from USA. Michaela Kili from Nairobi, I think. Jimok from America. Mama Mabatu, I don't know. Thank you. Thank you so much. Have a good day. Have a good day.